Hey guys, Outdoor Enthusiast 88 here again. So we're actually doing a full review and a continuation of the testing of a Ruger 1022 Takedown with the Magpul Takedown Hunter stock. Now this of course is the Takedown, so what Magpul did was basically take the existing furniture that they had for the 1022 Takedown and upgrade it to the Magpul stock and forend. So one of the biggest questions I have for this right now is, does that modification with the new Magpul stock fit the bag? And as you can tell, it sure does. So open it up. Here's the inside of the bag. Every barrel, forend assembly, stock, receiver. And you can see that when it is tucked in there, this actually can Velcro just fine, no big deal whatsoever. And this is with at least 3 spacers. You could probably even fit the 4th if you want to. And of course, just like the 1022 does, works great. Let's get some shooting in. So we're at about 25 yards right now. It's kind of hitting some steel out there, popping some dirt clumps with the 1022 Takedown. You're using a mix match of ammunition, some CCI, I think some Golden Bullet by Remington, some hollow points, just a mix of everything. It seems to be working good so far. You can see I did add an extra spacer on here, and I actually did add the actual spacer that goes just under the barrel that I actually showed you guys in the install. It turns out you don't need it, but it does start to wiggle a little bit. So if you don't want it to kind of jiggle too much, you can put the spacer in there. It's a 1022, it's not going to affect accuracy too much. And as you can tell, it hits everything just fine. Nope, had a dud, probably the Golden Bullet. Alright, so I brought us out to 100 yards. I put a target down there as well as a actual frozen lemonade jug full of water. They work excellent for just kind of goofing off, and they last quite a while. We have another camera down range, get some footage there. And what I did was I'm going to shoot 10 rounds of standard CCI, standard velocity, and then probably about 15 rounds of this Remington Golden Bullet. So let's kind of see how we do. And I'm actually going to shoot it on this Foam Action Sports, just kind of right off the car trunk, and see how we do. All right, up first, 10 rounds, CCI, going for the paper target. All right, empty. Let's try the Golden Bullet stuff. Go after that jug. Oh, we got a jam. Alright, so you can see at 100 yards we got all 10 rounds on target within about a foot. Not too bad. And then when you look at what the Golden Bullet did to this, almost all hits. Very nice. You can actually hear it downrange when you do hit it. It's kind of a whack noise. So that is good to go. But the stock makes easy work for the 1022 at long range. Alright, we're back at the table with the Ruger Magpul Hunter X-22 Takedown stock for the Ruger 1022. You can see that It's unloaded, nice and dirty in there. Have to clean it still from the last trip here, but at 100 yards, I mean, it's really not bad with just iron sights, kind of almost freehanding it with just a little bit of rest there, but 100 yards isn't bad. I mean, it's all headshots at 100 yards, which is great. Definitely a good group there. Now, I just want to give you guys a close-up of this stock here. Kind of take a look there. I even put a rail on the bottom if I want to put a bipod on there. A little M-lock rail. There's a good close-up there. It's a really nice stock. I mean, the ergonomics are great. You might have seen my review on the Mossberg 500 shotgun stock, the SGA. And you'll notice actually that the similarities are there, but the 1022, if you actually overlap it, is a little bit different. If you notice that there. Just a little bit. The angle is actually a little bit different on where the pistol grip is. It's actually a little bit sharper, which is interesting. The design is about the same. Flip it over. Design back here is about the same. A little bit different. I think a little bit different cuts. Of course, the angle is a little bit different there, which is kind of neat. So it's not exactly the same stock as I might have thought originally, but it is very close, very close. So let's go and take the butt pad off of here. What you actually do is you have a couple of cool options here. So you actually have your quick detach here. You actually pop this plug out. You get little inserts in there, little metal inserts, and then you can go and put swivel QD mounts in there. But if you unscrew right here, you can actually go and take apart the butt plate here and add the spacers as well as various cheek risers, which is really nice. And just like the SGA for the shotgun, it slides out just like that. And you'll know that it's only one-sided screw here. There's nothing on this side. It's actually kind of like the threaded side right here. You can see that. So it comes out and you can add these spacers on here, like so, depending on what kind of length of pull you'd like. You can also change out the butt pad if you want with screws here. There you go. And also, you can remove the cheek riser. If I can get it off here. There you go. So it has, actually pops straight up. It actually looks like it rides a little bit forward. It has a little clip on the front here. So you actually go and you can lift it straight up and out. Has a little bit of logo on the back there. Kind of cool. Made in the USA. But what's good about this is it comes with one for the iron sights, but you can actually buy kits, and here they are right here, the same kit for the shotgun. Now when you get a kit like this, you actually go, and it comes with a, obviously you have your low, and you have a little box there. You have a medium and a high. So let's say you want to put a high one on here, say if you have a red dot or a scope perhaps on there, which is very possible with a Ruger 1022. The shotgun, people do put scopes on there, but I never really thought it was very meaningful to have on there, but you can see it adds quite a bit of a cheek rest to it compared to the original, which is kind of cool. So now you can go and put some scope on there, put maybe an iron sight on, put a red dot on there, and that'll help with the cheek rest here to help you kind of get up to the level there. You don't have to kind of ride it's really high, so that's pretty cool. You got a sling actually right here, as well as a QD on this side, QD on both sides. You have a sling mount on both sides as well. This can pop right off like that. Put the old one back in. Slide this back in. Easy. So that part is really cool. It's very versatile. You can really upgrade it however you'd like, with the ability to really change out the various stock level here on the back here, depending on length of pull and how high you want your cheek riser to be. That part is really cool. There's a screw down here. You can actually take this apart if you needed to, which is probably not needed, but I'm sure if it got really dirty or muddy or something, you could probably take it apart. Go secure this back in. Show you guys a couple more things, and I think we'll be wrapping up here. Make sure you take your time with these screws. Don't make them slip. They don't have to be super tight or anything like that. They're not going to back out very easily. So again, the grip, you do have some checkering on the sides here, some of the Magpul, kind of like Magpul checkering here. And you also have some straight lines across here. So you can see when you grip it, you can wrap around fully. It's not going to slip around too much. You can easily reach the safety, cross bolt safety right there. Trigger, of course, just fine. You got your mag release. Not, you know, it's not being obstructed by any of the stock here. You kind of go over here. The only thing I could say that I don't like, lock this back, is I think this hole is a little tight for a thumb. Now, of course, a regular finger you can get in there, but you can see a thumb, you can't really get too far in there, and it kind of, you have to squeeze it in and get this thing apart. But once you do, pretty easy to get in there. It's not too bad. That's just the thumb's a little bit too wide. It's not, I guess it's not terrible, but I did add a spacer. You can see the barrel, so we can hold it steady enough for you. See that? So the barrel can wobble. It's definitely free floating. There's a spacer you add in here, and you screw it in from the bottom, and you actually go, and I don't think you can see it from here, but there's a spacer in there which this rides on. And of course, it's just a 22 barrel, so it's not going to affect accuracy. You could free float it. The only thing I noticed is that the barrel tended to wobble up and down a little bit, as I mentioned. So I ended up putting the spacer in there. If you wanted to officially free float it, it might help a little bit, but that's an option you can have. Very well constructed. Can't really complain on that. The ergonomics is great especially compared to the original standard stock. That original stock, I mean, just was short. It was very short here, kind of went down to there. So this even added a little bit extra height there, even without the cheek risers. You get an extended handle on here. Little nub, it kind of works, but definitely is a little thing. So that's it, guys. No problems, of course, with mags. You can see the 10 rounders, everything fits just fine. This does wrap around the mag well. You can see the sides here, the stock right here. Oh, if I can put it in right. So yeah, no problems with the mags. Little 10 rounders fit in there just fine. Fall out just fine. You got the 25 BX mags here. Rocking just fine. Fit and finish is good. No problems there. So yeah, overall, I mean, this new stock by Magpul is a great option. I think it's worth the price. It really does add some great looks and feels to the gun, as well as ergonomics and actual being able to be more useful too. I mean, you can add the cheek risers in there, which really help with scopes. I might even add a red dot on here eventually. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let me know if you have any questions below, and have a good one.